presentation. Before I start, I want to ask you a question. So how many have you guys ever seen the Lord of the Rings? Okay, all of you guys. So you guys can understand what I'm going to talk about. Do you remember the meeting in Elvis Castle? And the Gandalf, humans, dwarves, and Elvis get together talk about how to deal with the rings. You know what? Their solution is to send Frodo, the little hobbit, to take the ring to Mordor and destroy it. Well, I was really shocked when I heard this decision. Is this guy crazy? Why don't they choose Gandalf? He is a witch. He has magic. And he can just call her bird friend and take him fly to Mordor directly. And throw the ring to a kingdom from the sky. So, well, it's really hard for me to understand their decision. So we made some questions to ask Americans, and let's talk about their idea about the Lord of the Rings.
Last week, during the weekend, we do the survey with 12 Americans, and all of them are the age group from 18 to 26. And we interviewed 5 females and 7 male person, and we got some. In this presentation, we just pick up 4 of the most interesting questions that we found during the survey. And in that survey, we totally have 6 questions, but we'll just talk about 4 of them today. So I will introduce you guys the first question in our survey. This is a close-ended question, and we pick up 2 of close-ended and 2 open-ended today. The first is close-ended, which is that what is evil? We asked the question about the ring's evil or the people's evil, the people who use the ring evil. So we got the answer from our survey, like 50% of Americans think, the American students that we interview think that people are evil. People who use the rings are evil. And 33% think that the rings is evil. And 17% think that they both are evil. There are some interesting things that people who think they're evil or female. Yeah, that's from the gender. And next, Rio will talk about next question.
Yeah, we asked that if you were the owner of the rings, what would you like to do with the rings? Keep it or destroy it? That's 9 of our interviewers said they would definitely destroy the ring. And that's interesting that 3 of our interviewers said they would keep it. And I asked why, they gave me some interesting answer. Mrs. Brownie said that she hopes that she can use the ring's magic to pay the tuition. Well, that is true that DU's tuition is really expensive. And I think Mrs. Brownie must be a really hard-working student. She had the ring to rule the world, but she still wants to go to school. And Mr. says he just wants to keep the ring for fun. So that's basically the answer I got. They don't want to use the ring to rule the world. So Sunny will talk about the next questions.
Next question is about the episode about this movie. So in this movie, there are totally 19 rings, totally. So, but there is still one above all of them. There is still one, the most powerful rings. So we asked the question about why the writers or the directors have this setting in the movie or in the book. And we got some funny or interesting answer, but some of them are quite strong and correct. Like they want to show the power of the rings, and they want to tell the audience that people's evil is not the matters about the rings, it's about people evil. And he also, this one is the hierarchy, right?
Hierarchy.
Hierarchy. So he's he's also want to say that the rings wants to show the hierarchy. The next one is compliance and greed. He say that the author or the author wants to show the compliance and greedy of human beings. And the most interesting answers we got is desktop worker in the AAC is a female, and she say that the reason is that to confuse us. And next, Rio will talk about next question.
So that's the last question we're going to talk
So
about.
cute.
Why Frodo? Like I said in the beginning of the presentation, Frodo is the worst choices for these missions. And I can say that anyone in that meeting is better than him. So why choose Frodo? Compared with Frodo, so I picked up some interesting answers. So the first is about U.S. culture. It said that U.S. culture likes to see the little guy to win. And second is about passion and motivation. I can nearly take that passion and motivation is always necessary. And the underdog. Let me explain the underdog first. Underdogs means somebody are not expect to win. So it's kind of familiar like the US culture. People always like to see the little guy defeat the powerful evil. So, and the smell. It said that the orcas cannot recognize the smell of the hobbits, so they can get into modes. This answer must come from super fans from Lord of the Rings. And to make more money. That's the answer I love. So, if Gandalf or somebody else take the ring to Mordor, the movie must be finished so the story must be finished in one movie. So the other two movies about the Lord of the Rings, which are the Two Tower and the Return of the King, won't exist. The movie company won't make money. So that's the answer I'm looking for. So
next, I will talk about the conclusion or something we get from our survey. We first look at the closed-ended question compared to the open-ended question first. Like in the closed-ended question, most people tend to choose to be good. Like they have their own mind or own opinion about good and evil. So after they have that kind of opinion, they choose to be good. Most people do that. And in the open-ended question, that's we got a huge different answers from each of them. Some are funny and some are really correct. And also we find some connections between their basic information like their age, gender, major, and like for example, the question about whether to keep or destroy the rings. The person who choose to keep it is 3. The number is 3, and all of them are male. All of the 5 females we interview choose to destroy it, and without any reasons, just to destroy it. Yeah, and that's our presentation. Thank you.
Do you guys have any questions about this movie?
So do you think they choose for